Hello, everyone. This is Alia and Joyer from Faux News. We distort you to ride. Now, here we have gotten an exclusive interview with a unit commander from the Unit 2 of the Felinian Army. Introduce yourself, please, sir.
Hello, everybody. I am Diego Gorkas. I am commander of the 2nd Unit of the Felinian Army.
All right, and okay, that's great, yeah. And this is a regular soldier fighting for the Retesian Empire or Retesian Army, whichever you prefer. And he's been stationed here at the base in Felinia, or the disputed territory of Felinia, for how long would you say?
I'd say over a year now.
Over a year. All right. So he's been here since about the beginning of the conflict. Now, what's your name exactly?
My name is Sakir.
Sakurier? Alright. Now, we're going to start off by talking to Diagorkas over here. I'm going to step behind you. Alright. So, in your opinion, as a commander, as someone who commands a lot of troops in the Felinian army, how would you say that the war is going? Like, are you content with your win, like successes in battle and your defeats and all that? Or would you say that it could be going better, could be going worse? What would you say?
I would say it's going fairly well. We have gained major territory out in the Ranatesian Mountains, and we are encroaching on now the major town of Retropolis. We're closing in soon, but I do acknowledge that there has been a massive death total. But other than that, I feel as if we are doing well in our quest to gain independence.
Thank you very much. And now to you, Sakurier. What do you think? How is it going for you? What, from your experience, I'm sure you're well seasoned in combat. From what you've seen and the comrades you've lost, how do you think it is going? Because from what we have heard from our sources within the Ratesian army and the Felinian army, they've said that the rats have been losing really hard and really quickly against the inferiorly armed, rather, Felinian force. So, could you tell us a little bit about that and how you think the war is going on your side?
Yeah. So I would say that you summed it up pretty well. Uh, I'd say that from my perspective, you know, there have been many casualties on both sides, but
Of course.
in the tides of the war, the Felinian army has been winning conflicts.
In general, or
In general,
just
yeah.
in general? Okay. So, yeah. Now for both of you guys, do you think that the war, its casualties, all the blood spilled, do you think it is worth it at this point? I've heard that there's the death rate, the death count is in the mid hundreds, 400s. Um, you know, and there's 900 or so to 1,500 wounded, I've heard, from just these last couple months. What what do you think about that? What do you think it is worth it, really? I'm gonna start with Diego on the right here.
Well, yes, it has been very difficult with the amount of loss we have, but I do think it is all worth it. We are currently winning in this conflict, and we have gained land, and we're pushing our way towards our goal.
All right, great. Secure, what's your personal opinion?
I don't really think, through all the casualties, that this war has been worth it, but I will say that it has been necessary.
Necessary. All right. So, by saying necessary, would you say that you agree with the point of this war, the Felinian independence? You say that's justified and they're wanting to be independent when you say it's necessary, or do you mean necessary as in um, like necessary to keep them from being independent?
I think it's necessary that from the side that I am currently stationed with and
Fighting for.
fighting for, I would say that as a Retisan soldier, it's my goal
Mhm.
to, you know, keep the Felinians from
Gaining independence and
gaining
yeah.
independence from the Retisan Empire.
All right.
However, I do think that it's necessary that this dispute is solved.
All right. What? Okay, and this is an unscripted question, but from you two, what do you think the reasons were for this war? Why exactly do you think that your leaders and your citizens decided that this war was necessary either for independence or to keep the Felinians from becoming independent? We'll start with Secure again.
Um, well, Scott, he has a certain way of doing things, of solving altercations between his army and others. He is
I might
not to
quickly
be
stop you
questioned.
there. What do you mean by he stops altercations between the army and others? Are you saying like there's um, tension within like internally within the Ratesian Empire, or are you saying externally like the army fighting Felinians?
External
External. Okay,
altercations.
I see. All right, continue.
He he knows what's going on,
All right.
and I think to leave the solving of this to him as a Retisan soldier is the best I can do.
Best. Okay. All right. Now, how and yeah. Actually, sorry, I skipped you. Diego, what do you think?
Well, I think the whole reason this war started is the Felinian minority felt very oppressed, and I do agree. As being a Felinian myself, I feel like it was our right to rise up and gain independence from the Ratesian country.
When you say minority, do you mean minority in this region of Felinia, or do you mean minority as a whole in all
As a
of the
whole.
empire? Okay,
As all
all
of
right,
the
thank you. All right, let's go back. So Sawyer, real quick, or Secure, sorry, your name is a little interesting to pronounce. Do you think that your comrades and your leaders themselves also think that the war is going fairly poorly militarily,
I
or
think I
do you think
think
you're alone in that?
I think Scott is fully aware of the losses, and
All right.
I think that he's doing his best to control the battles in a way that will be optimal.
Optimal. All right. Can you tell us what you mean by optimal exactly? Like in just what exactly you mean by that? I guess.
Well, Retisan military tactics are kind of confidential, so I don't know if I can disclose
Confidential.
that.
All right. All right. Fair enough. I can respect that. And we have sorry for the cut, but we've obtained another interview with a special forces officer within the Felinian army. We're gonna go to him now. Hello. Would you please introduce yourself? Tell us your name, your rank, what unit you're in, for starters.
I am Melancheat. I am a special forces officer, and I'm in the first unit. Uh,
Uh, Continue. What were you about to say?
That-
Nothing. Okay. It's fine. It's all right. Now I do have one fairly, I suppose, simple question for you. This is all for your interview, by the way, just the one question. Since you're, a regular soldier, you're the one doing the dirty work. You're not one of the officers, really. You are specifically special forces. You go in and you actually get stuff done. You do like the hits and the raids and all that. You lead troops, like you're like what the troops look up to as special forces. So as, as a soldier in the Felinian army, do you think that freedom is worth it? Is worth all the blood and, the loss of life and property and, everything imaginable. Someone has lost it because of this war. Do you think that is worth it just to gain independence from the rats?
Yeah, I think that all of this is necessary for the freedom of the Filian people, even if that does mean like war, of course. I do think that all the casualties are like very sad, but by all means, I think that it is necessary in every way for the freedom of us.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, this is Melon Treats, and yeah. And thank you for coming to interview with us at Faux News, Mr. Diagorkas, unit commander of Unit 2. It was right.
Yep.
All right. And Secure soldier and the Retesian military. Thank you very much. And Melon Treats, also a soldier in the Felinian army. All of these great people coming together and taking some time out of their time that they were using to fight to come talk to us about what's really happening here. All right, and signing off from Faux News, this is Alia Enjoyer. See you next time.